I find projects, individuals, foundations, churches, and link them up and get out of the way. Through our network, we can do things that relief agencies can't do because we know the nationals on the ground. So I facilitate the connection, and you know what? It cuts down tremendously on overhead. My name is Leonard Rogers. I'm 77 years old. And I think the thing that I've learned most is to have a purpose in life, to have a goal, and to be enamored and excited about that goal. When they first diagnosed me, they said it's very, very serious, and we don't have a lot of tricks to solve this problem. You have 2 months to 2 years to live.
When I realized that Leonard had 2 years to live, I mean, what do you do in 2 years?
Mr. Rogers was diagnosed with multiple myeloma around 2003. The treatment options were very limited, but fortunately he did respond, and then we treated him with a stem cell transplant.
Multiple myeloma is my disease. It affects every cell in the body. It's a chronic disease, which means that there's no cure.
His disease has come back again. He's on therapy now that seems to be working, and we hope it continues to work.
I just got this email from Syria, and when we can help them. When we were diagnosed, we didn't know if that our influence would go on, or, you know, maybe I'd be dead. I wouldn't be able to continue to produce and encourage these things. You know, it's been a long time since I had this, and yesterday I thought, well, I don't really remember how I reacted, but believe it or not, I actually felt better afterwards than before.
Well, that's always encouraging, isn't it?
Good to see you, Mr. Rogers. Go ahead and have a seat.
Thank you.
Tell me how your treatment's going today.
Great. Life is normal. I'm working 8 to 10 hours a day, enjoying every moment of it.
In the last 10 years, we've been fortunate in having many new medications that are very different than the old chemotherapy type of drugs. And unfortunately, these drugs end up being very, very expensive.
We worked in a nonprofit, and we weren't able to save up like a lot of people are for retirement. And especially, we didn't expect a chronic disease along the way. And we were in bad shape.
We knew that our insurance would pay for some of it, but what were we going to do about the rest?
If I had to pay for what I'm getting, I'd liquidate all my assets. I'd be on the street in about 3 years. I mean, I'd be homeless.
It's hard to deal with all of the things that are happening at once and not to just collapse and worry and stress.
Hope is expecting realistically and really the things you don't see. God keeps the records, and my hope is in God. Dr. Reeder's nurse, she suggested Good Days. And she gave me the paperwork, and she said, you should send this in. And I took it, filled it out, sent it in, and I got an immediate response. I was surprised, in fact. I was really wonderfully surprised.
Companies like this are very, very important because these new drugs end up being very, very expensive, and they're so beneficial that we have to have other means to provide the drugs for patients.
You can put these on the plate.
You want something to drink? Cancer and my health situation has given me a new perspective. For one thing, I don't take any day for granted. I get up, I usually feel fine. I say, this is the day the Lord has made. But to be truthful, we never thought of ourselves as being in need. We always thought of the people that we served. And to suddenly be one of them, so to speak, was a bit of a shock. But because of good days, we're back in the saddle again.